and I'd started manipulating men, and I started using what I knew that I could use, and that was my body. And I began dancing on different stages, and I began selling myself for everything, for money, for drugs, for drinks, for anything that I could get out of anyone. I was dancing on a stage in Miami. That's when the Lord showed up. He showed up to me in my running, and he said to me, he said, "Kelley, who are you?" I heard him. He said, "Kelley, who are you?" He said, "This is not who you are. Kelley, this is not the life I have for you. This is not you. You are mine." I called someone and I asked them to take me to a hotel room. And I went to the hotel room and I looked at myself in the mirror. I remember standing in front of the mirror, and I had bruises all over my entire body because of the partying that I'd been doing. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I couldn't even recognize myself anymore. I wept before the Lord for 5 hours. It was 5 hours, and I just kept weeping and just kept crying, and just pain that was in there from when I was a little girl was coming out of me, and it just wouldn't stop. And I felt the presence of the Lord that night so strongly, so strong. I just felt him. Like, this is the first time I really, 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 really felt the presence of the Lord, and it was so tangible. And it was like he was all around me, just covering me, and I just wept in his arms and asked for forgiveness for everything I had done. And he made me new that night. Like, really, he made me new. And I felt like I needed to go to church. And to be honest with you, I was terrified. I was so afraid to go to church because, like, the woman, the prostitute with the men that were about to stone her, I was sure that was going to happen to me, because everyone knew the life I had been living. Everyone knew they saw my Facebook posts, they saw my pictures, they saw me, they saw my life. And honestly, I was afraid that I was going to be shunned. I walked in terrified, and I left accepted, and I left with friends, and I left with love. And I'm sitting here today because of the love that the church showed me. I have forgiven every one of my abusers. The one who molested me when I was a child, I have forgiven by the grace of God. And my ex-husband, I have forgiven. So when I gave my life to the Lord, I knew life meant, I ended up knowing just being full of life. And I wanted this so desperately for my mom and for my dad and for my brothers. And I began to pray and pray and pray, and I never stopped praying, and I prayed and I fasted for them. And since then, my family has given their lives to the Lord. I had been involved in prostitution, and because of that, with that comes the feeling of being dirty, the feeling of being used, the feeling of being not good enough or not worthy of love. And when I met the man that I married, I found out that he was a virgin, and he's 24 years old, and I found out that he was a virgin and that he'd actually never even really kissed a girl before. And so when I met him, I was like, oh my God. What? Who am I to have? Like, who am I to have someone like that? Who am I to be standing next to someone so pure and so holy? And that's when the Lord spoke to me, and he said, Kelley, absolutely not. You are a virgin. You are pure and you are holy. And that you might see him as the virgin, but I see you as the virgin. I have truly found freedom and joy and hope and love and peace and life.
How great the love of Jesus Christ. Upon the cross of Calvary, the blood was shed that pardons me. No longer bound, no more defeat. How great the